In today's episode, a pop-up taxi rank appears right next to the Winter Wonderland. I discover the secret behind London's strangest house. And of course, we play another round of Guess the Fare. Hey there, you crazy cats, I'm back. Did a little bit of traveling, went to Bangkok, rode a London black cab in Bangkok. That was a lot of fun. Check out last week's video. And it's Christmas here, Saturday the 14th. And the Winter Wonderland has started. Yep, so it's chaos in town. Winter Wonderland started in 2005. It started off as a rather cute little Bavarian German market. However, it's morphed into a sort of Poundland winter Disneyland. Yep, it's absolutely huge and attracts around 2.5 million visitors a year. I certainly haven't got any problems with people coming to London and enjoying their winter festive fun. However, if you are a London taxi driver like myself, Winter Wonderland does pose a few problems. And in the last edition of LTDA magazine, this kind of explains it all. And before we get into today's content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button and leave those comments down below. I really appreciate your channel support. So of course, this is a very busy time of year for us. Millions of people coming to London, restaurants, Christmas parties, shopping, and of course, like I said, the Winter Wonderland. But that holds a few problems for us. The traffic is beyond belief. Right, let's get those payment systems on and the meter on and head into town. This morning it's just a case of heading down the Uxbridge Road towards the Holland Park Avenue, where I will jump onto the Kensington Hilton if there are any spaces available. If not, I'll just keep going. Right, this is annoying. So there's a cab on the rank at Kensington Hilton, but there's another vehicle behind it and it's not a taxi and it's just using it as a car parking space. So that is very annoying, so I can't get on. As a result of being pushed off the Kensington Hotel rank, just headed Notting Hill, Bayswater Road, Marble Arch, and then Park Lane. Down Park Lane, I noticed that the Dorchester was empty. I jumped on the rank there, and well, let's see what happens. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi.
What's the address at the bottom?
169. Oh, it's a shop. Yeah. 173 Regent Street. Yep. No problem. Yep. Okay, Regent Street to start off with. Ford and Bear right, Deanery Street. Wait at the lights. Cross South Audley Street, Ford Hill Street. Then we'll comply Berkeley Square. Leave on the east side by Bruton Street. Then it's Ford Conduit Street. Right Savile Row and left New Burlington Street. I set it down safely on the right here. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thanks very much. Right, the first job has been completed. A whopping £7.80. Anyway, it's a start. I didn't get the job out of the hotel. It was actually off the street. And just for clarity, I set that job down on New Burlington Street because Regent Street is just a single lane now. Very difficult to stop there with the buses behind you. Okay, so I made my way through St. James's, landed on Piccadilly, heading westbound, and then, well, this has been waved down on Piccadilly. Hi there. Thank you very much. Hi. Another small job heading towards Cadogan Square. Doesn't matter. Love that flagfall ticking over. Ford and Bear left Piccadilly. Comply Hyde Park Corner. Wait at the lights. Leave by Grosvenor Crescent. Ford and South. Comply Belgrave Square. Ford Chesham Place and Ford Pont Street. Wait at the lights for just a tad and then I'll sit down on left. Thank you. Job number 2. That was Piccadilly to Pont Street. Another small job, but still job number 2. Quick U-turn on Pont Street, headed back towards Belgravia. Jumped up onto West Howking Street, where job number 3 was waiting. I'm getting waved down here on West Howking Street. Let's see where this lady wants to go. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, good. Right, we're off to Selfridges, where they sell fridges. Forward West Howking Street, comply Belgrave Square, leave by Grosvenor Crescent, comply Hyde Park Corner, then left onto Park Lane. And just head north. Traffic is not a problem this time of day. And then it's a right into Upper Brook Street, comply Grosvenor Square, and then good old Duke Street is waiting to take me north up to Selfridges and set down on left. Thanks very much. Cash job, which was really nice. Appreciate that. And that was job number 3. From here, I just did a right onto Wigmore Street, and it was a case of one out, one in. Just been flagged over on Wigmore Street, coming into Duke Street. Let's see where we're going. Hello, sir.
Hi, going to Fortnum and Mason.
Okay, sir. Yeah, no problem. Forward Wigmore Street it is then, and then we'll do a right onto Welbeck Street. That takes us round the back of the old Debenhams, left Henrietta Place, right Vere Street, cross Oxford Street, and we're right into the thick of the shopping district here. New Bond Street, straight to the end, left Clifford Street, right Old Burlington Street, right Burlington Gardens, then left Old Bond Street. Look at the Christmas decorations around here, they're absolutely fantastic. And left onto Piccadilly. Okay, I'm just stopping the video here because the customer jumped out here, and then the doorman from the Cavendish Hotel was directing me to go down to pick up some customers at the hotel. So that's exactly what I did. I jumped down onto Duke Street here, Duke Street St James's, that's 2 Duke Streets today, and picked up these customers, and they wanted to go back to Selfridges, right? 4 Duke Street, right King Street. And then we'll do a right onto St James's Street, and then it'll be forward Albemarle Street. Then we'll do a left Stafford Street, right Dover Street, left Hay Hill, right Berkeley Street, comply Berkeley Square. I think we've been here already today. Forward Davis Street, that's going to take us north to Brook Street. Once we get to Brook Street, it's a left turn, right back onto the 2nd Duke Street, which is the one in Marylebone, and then set down on left. Thanks very much. Cheers, thank you very much, appreciate it. Wow. Job number 4 and 5 completed. That was Wigmore Street back down to Fortnum and Mason, and then a bit of chaos around there. I picked up from the Cavendish Hotel, then came back to Selfridges, and £11.20 fare, and they gave me a £20 note with a Christmas tip. So that's really kind of them. I really do appreciate those Christmas tips from the customers this time of year. They don't have to do it, but you know, it's a really nice gesture. Actually, I was just thinking to myself that that job from the Cavendish to Selfridges was Duke Street to Duke Street. Yep, there are 2 Duke Streets in the centre of London. One in Marylebone and one in St James's. Fun fact, guys. Once I started that job from the Dorchester, the first job, then it hasn't stopped. That's 5 jobs in less than 1 hour. People are out and about already in their thousands around Oxford Street and Marble Arch. And of course, wanting to go to the Winter Wonderland. From there, headed down Park Lane, complied Hyde Park Corner, and then got called in at the Lanesborough Hotel. Right, I'm just being called into the Lanesborough Hotel on Hyde Park Corner. So let's see where this particular job is going. And this job's going to Louis Vuitton. Right, you leave the Lanesborough Hotel by this funny little back cave that comes out onto Grosvenor Crescent. Turn left onto Grosvenor Crescent, comply Hyde Park Corner. Nice little jobs here in the morning, keeping that flagful ticking over. So forward Piccadilly, keep heading east towards Piccadilly Circus. I'm looking for a left turn, and that left turn will be Albemarle Street. And Albemarle Street will take me past Brown's Hotel on the left, and then right turn Grafton Street, and I'll sit down on left. Thank you very much. Great. So that was the Lanesborough Hotel to Louis Vuitton on New Bond Street, and it's buzzing around here. As you can see, Old Bond Street does a fantastic job with the Christmas lights, and you also get the world's social media down here, taking their Instagram photos with their cups of coffee next to the Christmas decorations, because they spend a lot of money on the high-end shops around here, decking them out for Christmas. There we go. As you can see, plenty going on. So I got to the bottom of Old Bond Street. I did a left, well, I was forced left onto Piccadilly, U-turned, went back through Knightsbridge, and then jumped on to the Cromwell Road, heading west The sun is starting to come out and the shoppers are starting to come out. And before long, I was waved down on the Cromwell Road and, well, I was going to a Christmas favourite. Okay, got one here on the Cromwell Road.
Hi, we need to go Harrods.
Yep, I know where that is. U-turn. And then just head east along the Cromwell Road and then along the Brompton Road. And instead of getting stuck down Hands Road, I just do a U-turn and set them on the left. Thank you. Right, job number 7. Cromwell Road to Harrods. A small job. Basically, all the jobs this morning have been small, but it doesn't matter because they all count. From Harrods, I made my way through Belgravia, Park Lane, up onto the Bayswater Road, thinking I might take a quick break in Lancaster Gate before the afternoon shift started. Just want to show you guys something really unique about Leinster Gardens just up here. There's a very interesting house I want to show you, and well, the only way I can describe it is it's a house that isn't a house. Right, Dave, I'm back. Time to run VT. Driving along Leinster Gardens may seem a normal enough experience, passing alongside the collection of stately houses and trees. But all is not as it seems. In fact, things are very different at numbers 23 to 24. First of all the windows are greyed out, with the lower floor having none at all. And then there's the door. Well, it's got no doorbell or letterbox. And when given a hard knock, well, it's not made of wood as you'd expect. It's actually made of concrete. So what's going on here? Well, this is actually a fake house. There's no one inside. There are no rooms or hallways, kitchens, bathrooms or bedrooms behind this facade. It is just a fake house. But why? Well, to find out what's going on behind this truly bizarre facade, we need to head around to the back of this house on Porchester Terrace, where all will be revealed. And it's here the mystery of 23 to 24 Leinster Gardens is solved. Throwback to the 1860s, when the Metropolitan Line, the world's first underground railway, was being constructed. Although the first section of the line opened in 1863, its westward extension later in the decade saw it ploughing through the area of Bayswater. Much of the line was constructed using the cut and cover method. So rather than boring the tunnel underground, the tunnel was dug from above and then covered. That process meant the destruction of a lot of buildings, including, yes, you guessed it, the residences at 23 to 24 Leinster Gardens. Most of the buildings demolished to construct the line were promptly rebuilt, but Leinster Gardens were to be an exception. Early underground trains were powered by coal and steam and needed to vent off the accumulated emissions from the train into an open air at regular intervals. Rather than rebuilding the houses they demolished to construct the railway line, authorities proposed to have the same location as a venting off point. The trains would vent off behind the houses, but the facades of the demolished houses were rebuilt to keep up appearances. And so the fake houses of Leinster Gardens were born. But of course nowadays there's no real need for a venting space, as all the trains have been electrified. But it's a great reminder of a bygone era. What do you think about that? Pretty cool, eh? Isn't London's history absolutely fascinating? Did you know about that house facade on Leinster Gardens? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, onwards and upwards, we're still looking for job number 8. Okay, I've just been waved down on Bayswater Road. This is job number 8 coming. Down with the window. Will it be Winter Wonderland? Hi.
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 Amber.
Amber Hotel?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Okay, yeah. Well, I knew where she meant because it's not the Amber Hotel now, it's the Thistle Hotel or Thistle Marble Arch, which was the Thistle Marble Arch before it became the Amber, and now it's back to the Thistle Marble Arch. Anyway, forward Bayswater Road, forward Marble Arch, forward Oxford Street, it's just a straight line. Wait at the lights, and then once those lights turn green, left Portman Street, and then set down on left because the road was chaos. Thank you very much. Thank you. Great. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Free.
Yeah, I'm free, yeah.
Please could you take us to the Green Man, 36 Riding House Street?
I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever done a job to this pub on Riding House Street. So forward and comply Portman Square, wait at the red lights, then we'll do a right Portman Square and then left Wigmore Street. So it's nice to go to a venue I've never been to before. Keep going east on Wigmore Street until we get to Cavendish Square. After passing through Cavendish Square, it's forward Cavendish Place. Wait at the lights, cross Regent Street and then forward Mortimer Street. And I'm looking for a left turn onto Nassau Street, left Riding House Street, set down on left.
Thanks very much. Okay, that was from the Thistle Hotel. Actually, that was job 8 and 9 back to back. So that was Bayswater Road to the Thistle Hotel. They still call it the Amber Hotel, which it isn't. So I got a bit confused to start off with. And then I picked up there and I went to the Green Man on Riding House Street, which is a pub I always forget about. It's just opposite London's shortest street, Candover Street, which is worth a visit. And yeah, 8 and 9 done.
The Green Man pub, well, it was noted and it looked like a lovely little boozy venue. So I will try and get there in the future. One on the list. Headed down Riding House Street, past the church on the right and the BBC, and then, well, this happened.
Oh yeah, no problem. Hyde Park, yeah. You want the Winter Wonderland? Yeah, that's it. No worries. I'll get you there. Cheers.
My first winter wonderland of the day, Ford Regent Street. I avoided Oxford Circus and U-turned back to do a left Margaret Street, got stuck behind this protest and got forced into John Princess Street, which I'm not supposed to drive down, but I had no choice. Right Oxford Street, left New Bond Street and then right Brook Street, past Claridge's on the left, very posh, and let's get to Grosvenor Square. Oh, it's a lovely day now, isn't it? Comply Grosvenor Square, leave by Upper Grosvenor Street, forward Upper Grosvenor Street, then it's going to be a right Park Lane, set down on left at the temporary Winter Wonderland rank.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Wow, there we go. God, job number 10, double figures. That was Regent Street, Upper Regent Street to, guess what, the Winter Wonderland. And I'm on the temporary rank. They put a temporary rank or a pop-up rank, especially for the Winter Wonderland. And it looks like if I just hang about here, oh, they haven't closed my door properly. Can you hear that? If I hang about here, I'll probably pick something up pretty quickly.
And I did pick something up pretty quickly. It was to the Paddington Bear Experience on Waterloo Bridge, where the London Aquarium is. I didn't even know it was there. So I did a right Brookgate, right onto Park Lane and headed south towards Hyde Park Corner. Then it was a case of comply Hyde Park Corner and then we'll get into Grosvenor Place. Now let me just point out, this job will not end up at the Paddington Bear Experience. We actually ended up at Hamleys. So I'll keep going for the time being. Forward Grosvenor Place, forward Lower Grosvenor Place and then left into Buckingham Palace Road, right Palace Street, left into Wilfrid Street and then a right Buckingham Gate. It's about here they changed their minds and decided they wanted to go to Hamleys because their tickets for the Paddington Bear Experience weren't until 4 p.m. So through the park, got forced around the park, thought the park might be open, back around onto Birdcage Walk, forward Buckingham Palace Road. Yes, we are going to Hamleys. The park was closed and that causes all sorts of problems. Forward Buckingham Palace Road and then right. Eventually I'm going to get a right onto Grosvenor Gardens. Do that right onto Grosvenor Gardens. Now we're heading up in the right direction after all that kerfuffle around the park. Forward Grosvenor Place, comply Hyde Park Corner. My gosh, we've been here many times already today. Leave by Piccadilly, left Down Street, right and left Hertford Street. I couldn't stand Piccadilly, it was blocked. Right Curzon Street, left Queen Street, right Charles II Street, and then we will comply Berkeley Square. Things are getting busy now. So hitting traffic around Bruton Street. This is traffic that's making its way up to Regent Street being a hugely popular shopping street during the Christmas period. And as you can see, the traffic is backing up also onto Conduit Street. Made it to the end of Conduit Street, right turn, set down on left.
Okay. What a job that was. That was job 11. Started off from the Winter Wonderland and then they wanted to go to the Paddington Bear Experience, which the guy thought was in Paddington train station. Obviously it's not. It's next to the aquarium, London Aquarium on Westminster Bridge. Anyway, halfway there, well, 3/4 of the way there, they decided to come to Hamleys instead because their tickets weren't till 4 o'clock for the experience.
And before I knew it, it was one out and one in again. I think this has happened 5 times already today and I can't complain. So I did a U-turn on Regent Street and headed up towards Oxford Circus. Look at the people on the street, folks. This is what Christmas is like in the West End of London. You can't see the pavement for the people, so forward Regent Street. Got the BBC on the right, forward and bare left, Portland Place. Carry on forward on Portland Place, past the Chinese MC on the left, right Park Crescent, looking for a right turn here onto the Marylebone Road, which will then take us into the Euston Road. Did I do the underpass? I can't remember. No, I didn't. That must have been blocked. So I stayed in the left lane, waited for the lights to turn green. I just shot over into the bus lane. Passing Euston Station on the left, the customers in the back were telling me all about the Polar Express experience that they had done with their kids earlier, telling me it was a fantastic journey. The train leaves Euston Station and took them all the way up to Wembley. I know it's not the North Pole, but you know, the magic of Christmas, and then brought them back to Euston Station. Forward Euston Road still, the Polar Express, check it out if you've got kids. And then left onto the Pancras Road and I sat down on left.
Thank you very much. God, it never stops. Now I've got people coming in here. This was a job to St Pancras Station from Hamleys. Where do these people want to go? Let's just check out. Hi.
We want to go to St Andrew's Church on Thornton Hill Crescent. Thornhill Square, sorry.
Oh, Thornhill Square, yeah, Islington.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Is that okay?
Yeah, jump
Thank
in.
you.
Yeah.
Yet another one out, one in. Well, I'm not complaining. Right onto Pancras Road. Well, U-turn and then down, left Euston Road, left York Way. Head north York Way until we do a right onto Wharfdale Road. Go to the end of Wharfdale Road and it's left Caledonian Road. Head north on Caledonian Road until right turn Copenhagen Street, left Matilda Street, head north Matilda, comply Thornhill Square, cut through, set down on left.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Gosh, well, I've had so many jobs that have been one out, one in. I've lost track, but I think that was job number 13. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about Guess the Fair. So Guess the Fair will be the next job, I promise.
Yep, folks, next job definitely going to be Guess the Fair. So I headed back towards King's Cross Station thinking I might dive in there because it was incredibly busy when I picked those guys up for my last job. But I ended up just picking up on the Euston Road.
I've got one here. Let's see where this lady's going. Hi.
Hi, Queen's Anne Street, Marylebone.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's Queen Anne Street from the Euston Road, situated around the entrance to King's Cross and Pancras Station. Now, first of all, guys, take into account it's tariff 2 and the flagpole is £3.80 and we're going up in increments of 20 pences. And the traffic between King's Cross and Upper Woburn Street is absolutely horrendous because they've dug up the road there. So basically all this queuing that I'm going through now is the traffic trying to get through a split one-way section of Upper Woburn Street and the Euston Road junction. Sorry, it's Upper Woburn Place, isn't it? You've got to forgive me. So forward we go, forward we go. Now you've got to take this into account when you come to guessing the fare. It's going to make it a little bit more complicated. Now the journey itself, I think it's about a couple of miles, but when you take the waiting time in this type of traffic for this amount of time, well, it's going to augment that fare. And as you can see, I've just made it to the point of the roadworks and I'm finally through. So as you can see, no traffic now, we're through and we're flying. Euston Underpass, forward on the Euston Road. The Euston Road will then morph into the Marylebone Road and I'll just keep going west in that bus lane on the left. Left into Harley Street, head down south towards Cavendish Square, but before I get to Cavendish Square, right turn Queen Anne Street and sit down on right.
Thank you. And that was Guess the Fare. As we know by now, the flagfall was £3.80, and then the fare will rise by increments of 20 pence. Tariff 2 today, so it'll go £4, £4.20, £4.40, etc. I'll let you know how much that fare was at the end of this episode.
That was job number 14. I'm going to do one more job with you guys, and then I'm going to mop up the rest of the work on my own. Really enjoyed today, by the way. It's great doing those one out, one in jobs with you. So I headed round Marylebone, Wigmore Street, left into Portman Street, and then, well, I actually picked up at the Thistle or the Alma Hotel, which I dropped off at earlier.
Right, just been called into the Thistle Marble Arch, which was the Alba Hotel. I dropped off here earlier today. Yep.
Going to Harrods, yeah?
Yeah, no worries.
Instead of you waiting
Yeah.
for nothing.
Exactly.
Okay, forward Bryanston Street. Lots of traffic around the hotels here, so it was a bit tough to get out left Great Cumberland Place. Oh, look at Marble Arch. I wonder where they're going to take that canopy down. I bet it looks fantastic underneath. Comply Marble Arch. Leave by Park Lane and let's head south. Thousands of people crossing Park Lane to get over into the Winter Wonderland. Traffic, of course, building up, especially at the south end of Park Lane. So just limping towards Hyde Park Corner in the bus lane on the left, getting a little darker now. Sunset's around about 4:15, I think. However, it's a pleasant enough evening, no rain. Comply Hyde Park Corner. Let's go all the way around and I'll get out onto Knightsbridge with a left turn here. No need for the bus lane yet. I might jump into it about now. Oh, look at those lights. They've switched them on. That's Sloane Street on my left. And look at Knightsbridge. And look at Harrods. It's got some fantastic Christmas decorations on the outside. Right, we've arrived. Sit down on left.
Okay, folks, that's my last job with you today. I'm going to carry on and mop a few bits and pieces up. That was job number 15, the Thistle Marble Arch to Harrods. A good finish for the day. Absolutely swarming around here at the moment. I've never seen so many people. Oh, guess the fare. Well, if you guessed £24.40, you were spot on. And if you got close, well done. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, leave any comments down below, hit the thumbs up button. Until next time, see you back here.